All right, everyone. I just wanted to quickly go over just kind of a quick user guide on the mobile radios that we're going to be getting. In a lot of ways, these are very similar to what we were using before, so it shouldn't be a huge change. And again, this applies to all fire. There should be some similar application to that with law enforcement as well. Obviously, this is a fire radio, so our A bank is going to start out on our fire stuff versus law enforcement would be on your setup that you have. But what you're going to see here is obviously your screen that's going to have everything on there. Obviously, what bank you're on, what channel you're on, what the radio ID number is there at the bottom, and your agency. If you look at the top left there, that's going to have your basically what your signal is and all that there. So again, a lot of similar stuff to what we've had. So just real quick, this is again meant to just be a really quick overview. There is a document that is on the RRP website, and then for the fire guys, the training that'll be put together, that document will also be with it. It's about almost 300 pages long. So the idea is to kind of try to skip through some of that stuff. That's not as important. Again, I highly recommend that you still go through it, but this is going to be you jump in the rig that day and this is how you use the radio. So obviously we got our power button there, and that's going to be no different than anything else. Most of our apparatus, when we jump into the car or fire truck or aid car, whatever it is we're getting into, we turn it on and the radio automatically turns on. But if for some reason we don't do that, obviously make sure that you press the power button there. This next button that we have right here will control our brightness of the screen, and also if you press and hold it, it will turn the screen black for kind of night mode. And so one of the things too to keep into mind with this is that if you have it in night mode and you turn the power off or you shut your vehicle off, and then you come and you turn your vehicle back on, or you turn the radio back on, then it will come back in how you left it off. The previous version had it to where it came back on the white on the day mode. So that was something kind of through testing that we found would be nice to keep this way here. Obviously you have your channel selector over here. This will be your EMER button, but at least on the fire radios has been disconnected. And then of course you have your home button over here, which will take you back to whatever your home is programmed as. So if we were to change channels here, hold the home button, it'll take you back to what your home channel is, and for us here is TAC 3. Again, if we want to go zone up or zone down, you know, pretty self-explanatory. And this went into our dynamic bank here, which isn't programmed, which is why you're hearing it buzz like that. So I guess since we're here, if you happen to go to the dynamic bank and there's nothing programmed onto it, then this is what you're going to get, is having it do that. So if you're on your A bank, you'll want to go zone up to change to the other banks, and so on. So obviously pretty self-explanatory there. Your next button being here, your scan button. So if we want to program those scan channels and turn the scan on and off, then we do that. If we go to the scan L right here, this kind of gets into our scan list. Once we do that, then we can set our channels for scanning. So we can hit select or delete to set that. So if I want TAC 3, and let's say TAC 4 and TAC 5 to be what I scan. If I want to make a particular channel a priority scan channel, you'll see here we got the Z next to it. Then if I hit select one more time, you will see the dot right there, and that sets that as a priority scan. You can go back to your home button to get back to the home screen. If I then hit scan, it will then scan those 3 channels that I selected there. Then our mute button, that shuts off the voice enunciation. So you see here, if I change the channel, we won't have the voice enunciation on the channels. And keep in mind the voice enunciation per channel is for fire radios only. That doesn't apply to the law enforcement radios. If we want to take this list right here and we want to see what's over there, we can press this button right here, and that will get us over into this information over here. And our SSI is something that like some of us are probably familiar with. It's just your radio signal. And then this gets into some of the other items here. I won't dive deep into those. If you want to look at the document that's included with it, that'll give you more info. Again, so we just covered a really basic coverage on the radio right here. These operate very similar to our old radios. Not a lot of changes versus kind of how there was with our portables, how there was a little bit more. Again, we're still operating off of the analog. Could be some changes as we move forward in the digital, and when we do that, we'll update the video. If somebody did want to go in and program their dynamic bank that they have in there, it works in a very similar fashion to that of what we do with our portable radios. There is a video on the RRP site on how to program the dynamic bank.